So, another section of the Wey Navigation, this time from Pyrford Lock back to Triggs Lock. Okay, see you later.
See you later, bye.
I'm heading south towards, I think it's called Walsham Lock, and then beyond that is Newark Lock next to Newark Priory. Then after that it is Papercourt Lock, and finally I stopped the journey at Triggs Lock where I started it last week. Nice to have a bench like that at the end of the garden. Some sort of storage thing. It's got a door halfway up the wall. An old brick structure. Ah, John Donne, poet and Dean of St Paul's, lived here from 1600 to 1604. Hiya. So this is Walsham Lock, and the gates are permanently open here. This is the Lensman's punt they use for going up and down the river to do their work. That is the Lensman's cottage, and I do remember that we did an event here. The lockkeeper had set up some moth traps and she was looking for young volunteers to come and help count and identify the moths, and we brought Alice here. It's quite windy, but as you can see from that Union Jack flag, it's blowing me along. Thank goodness for that. And I have been to a service there every Easter. On Easter Sunday, the local churches of Pyrford and Wisley hold a church service on Easter Sunday at sunrise, and I went one year, about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was beautiful, very atmospheric. there is the ruined priory, Newark Priory. So approaching Newark Lock. I was wondering where I was going to get out, but I noticed that the bank is very low right at the end here, so I should be able to climb out. It's obviously been made by the cows coming down to drink, but that'll do me. I'll stop here for 20 minutes. You can see the wind is really quite strong. Thankfully it's going in the right direction, so I don't need to worry. It's blowing at my back, pushing me along, thankfully. Makes it a bit easier for me. So this is Pyrford Lock. Very hard to get out here. There doesn't seem to be anywhere for kayakists. I should have to do my best here. Lensman's cottage, the lock, and then the weir at the side of it. This is what I've come here to see. This bench is one that Father helped to restore when he was a National Trust volunteer. The bench was in a pretty bad state. All the wood had rotted away. These concrete ends were okay, but the wood itself had all rotten away. So he and the National Trust lensman undertook a project to restore the bench. They came down here 2 or 3 times in a punt to measure up the wood, make sure it was the right shape and the right length, take it back, varnish it, polish it, and then assemble it. And they did a very good job. And I've got a photograph of Father sitting on the bench. Looks like a fig tree. It is a fig tree. Look at those figs. Somebody's garden. I just noticed this here. This sort of forested area. I'm sure you could probably wild camp in there, kayak down the canal, do a wild camp in there overnight, and then depart the next morning, and nobody would ever know that you've been. Nice spot for it. Hello. So I'm approaching the end. Oh, the girl jumped in the water. This is where the river Wey and the Wey Navigation diverge. That way is the River Wey, straight ahead is the Wey Navigation. I noticed the sign says canoe portage this way, so I'm going to need to go this way. Oh, stinging nettles. Get away, get away, get away, get away. So that is the end of the journey, and I remembered the life jacket this time.